Right, okie doke. Also, I might. Right, okay. So, I believe we are live. So, hello everybody. I am Thebpg13, also known as Viper. Welcome to Hot Wheels Stunt Track Challenge. This is basically a game, I think it came out about 2003, 2004. Part of the famous Hot Wheels series. And yeah, this is the any percent category. This is the PC version, although you can run it on other versions. And we'll get right into it. So time is going to be as soon as I select Game Show here. There's going to be a few times where I'm going to have to use my keyboard, so if you do hear a bit of clicking in the background, that's that. But anyway, let's crack on with it, shall we? So here we go. Okay, so I'll count you down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. So to kind of explain a little bit of how this game works, so you get tasked with various challenges. So some of these can be races, some can be things like this. So for example, on this one, what we have to do is we have to make sure that we gain some boost here, like so. And it's basically like think of it like a dartboard from top to bottom. We do have these little things in here, so the idea is to win each one of the game shows. So that's done via, give me 1 second, that's done via, it's all done via different methods. So for example, the first one here that you can see is called Jurassic Jam. And Jurassic Jam, it's basically a dinosaur themed stage sort of thing. So like I said, there is a few races, so over the course of this, there's 6 episodes, if you can call them that. 6 episodes that we have to do. And in each episode, there is a variety of challenges. So whether that be stunts, so like jumps off ramps and things like that, or racing up a tower, or trying to do something else. And the races are far and few between. So this is more, I'd say it's more of a stunt-based game than an actual racing game. But like I said, there is races in here, so it's not too bad. So if you're into general racing, this is actually a pretty decent speedrun to get into. Because it doesn't just test, like I said, it doesn't just test your racing skill, it tests your agility to remember where everything is. So for example, the first race, obviously, like I said before, it's done already. Dead easy, just like that. Now we are going to concede out skipping. The first thing that we're going to be doing here, and this is kind of crucial, is we're going to be skipping these game show things. And what this allows us to do is we have to go back into the game show every time we do this, but that's fine. But the long story short on this one is the game breaks aren't actually a necessity. You can skip over them and it doesn't matter. So these are called freestyles. And in the freestyles, what you need to do is, in this case, we have to knock all the dinosaurs' teeth out. Now, ideally, you can get this in 4 jumps or less. So, if I can, I'm going to see if I can try and get them in 4. I don't know if we can, but we'll find out. Not bad. I'm going to boost a bit. Get us down there faster, like that. So, you get points for doing this. If you actually get all of the teeth or everything in the freestyles, you get 1,000 points altogether. So, there we go. Okay. So, next one's actually need to boost for, so I'm going to actually need to build my boost up. And ideally, like I said, if you can get this in 4 shots, so you get 2 teeth out every single time, then that actually works quite well. So we're going to try and see if we can get 2. There we go. Nice, we did. We landed. Very nice. So obviously at the moment we're just doing front flips and things like that. The flips gain you boost, which as you can see, it fills up the little meter on the right hand side. Let's see if I can get these 2. Yes. There we go. Okay, challenge finished. Nice. Not bad actually, pretty good that. Also, I should mention that the music in this game is pretty good. It does sound like it repeats itself. So this is another one of the challenges. So you have this thing called high altitude. Now, believe it or not, you don't actually need to hit these boxes. And the thing is, in any percent, 100% would have us actually beating every level and having to do the game breaks and everything else. And you need to make sure that whatever happens, that you always beat them, so you always come first. And some of the stages, like that one for example, we didn't even hit half the boxes, and yet somehow, here we are, there you go. Again, another game show. Now, there's 2 game shows in each one of these, each one of the game shows. So you'll see it a couple of times where, you know, we'll be pausing and then exiting out. Like I said, it's literally that simple. The game's quite basic in structure, and funnily enough, this game for me, it's been one of them games that back at I think it was back in March or maybe even April. So how I kind of got into running this game was pretty easy. Basically, I'm part of a community server, and we run games blind, and it's called Blind Runners, literally. And as the name suggests, the games are all completely blind. But we all ran this, and we all quite enjoyed it. So yeah, not too bad. Also, we're just for the sake of things here, we're going to be using the truck. So this is something I haven't mentioned yet. So there's 3 different car classes. So you've got your typical sports car saloon, you've got your muscle cars, and you've got your trucks. Now, believe it or not, even though the trucks have the slowest acceleration, they have the highest top speed. Now, don't worry, this truck won't be very long. We don't have this truck for too long. We have it till, I think it's the 3rd game show. And yeah, the 3rd game show was quite an important one. So we changed from, I think it's called the Mega Duty or something. And we changed to another truck on, I think, like I said, it's about the 3rd episode in. And it's called the Super Tuned. And the Super Tuned is obviously a lot faster, acceleration-wise anyway. And then for the final episode, so we're actually going to use a different car class at the end. So normally I just use the trucks. However, the thing is that you unlock cars as you go through all of the episodes, which is fine. You know, there's no problem with that. Also, can I get? Oh, nice. That actually don't go too bad, but I was expecting a bit better from that. Never mind. It's fine. We're good. Didn't actually expect to roll there, but never mind. It's all good. We're good. But yeah, like I said, as a whole, the car. The car variety, the sports cars have the best grip, but have the worst top speed. And then you've obviously got the other stuff as well, so ideally, it's a case of, well, if you wanted to, I suppose, you could use the sports cars all the way through, if you weren't too confident about using the trucks. The trucks do handle a bit heavier, which I suppose is a thing of putting us off. Which reminds me, actually, so more often than not, I actually use the handbrake more than the actual brakes. Also, that is the first game show done, so we get a few new things here, a few new cars and stuff like that. And then we go on to the 2nd episode. So, the 2nd episode is, unfortunately, if you're an arachnophobic, this probably won't be a nice episode to watch. So, this is, I think it's called Black Widow's Nest or something. Also, I'm going to just take this one easy for the sake of things. So there's these tyres that can whack you off the side of the edges if you're not careful. And yeah, you have to be very, very careful. Let's see what we get out of that one. Might have to redo that one. Yeah, I'm going to have to redo that episode. That one. It's fine. Only takes 2 seconds anyway. I think it was playing it a bit too easy. So let's just go for it. See what we get. So, like I said, on this one, it's mainly to do with how fast you can get through places. Also, okay, I get knocked off. Nice. This truck really is slow today, huh? Okay, here goes nothing. There we go. Nice. That's a better launch. That's more like it. So the more flips I can do here, the better. Hopefully that'll get me 3rd. Yeah, okay, got me 3rd. Okay, good. So, like I said, with the 3rd place, that's ideally what you need. So any percent, it doesn't matter if you don't win, it's fine. But if you're doing 100%, you'd obviously need to win this. But luckily, like I said, because it's any percent, 3rd is just the minimum. And for some strange reason, that black car there always seems to brake on the left-hand side. I always get caught up behind him. I don't know why. I did it in practice as well. So, on here now, this is where there's a bit of a new mechanics come into play. So you notice on the right and the left hand side we have these blue pads. So blue pads are basically like a booster pad. And the orange pads are essentially, see them as lava. If you want, see them as lava. Because they basically slow you down. They slow your car right down. Well, you can slow your car down using obstacles and things like that if you wish. You don't have to, but the option's there. So like I said, most of this game is fairly basic in structure, and like I said, the only thing that can... Obviously, the game will get a bit more difficult as the game goes on. But for me personally, even as a first-time player, and for when we were all running it for the first time, we didn't find it that difficult. It wasn't really difficult. You know, it might have been difficult in places, but once you get used to the controls, it's not too bad. And thankfully, this game does run on a modern system. So if you do have Windows 10, fear not, it's not one of them games that only works on an older system. It does work on the modern system. You have to do a bit of trickery to get it to work, mind, but it works. It works. It's not that hard, though. I think it's just like there's a file or something you have to add in. And that's it. You know, the usual stuff. Just to get it to work properly. But, yeah, like I said, it's one of them games that this kind of took my interest. A bit of a weird one, how it took my interest, but I didn't honestly think I'd ever run a Hot Wheels game. I wasn't really... I mean, I was into Hot Wheels as a kid. I'm pretty sure a lot of people were. If you're into cars and stuff anyway. But, yeah, I don't know. Apparently, the Stunt Track Challenge, so funnily enough, I actually got sent a link to this. So, this... particular game is actually, it had a TV show, which I think it was called Hot Wheels Stunt Track Challenge itself. And I seem to remember, I can't remember who told me about it now, but I'm like, huh, okay, that's an interesting one. So there is like a full, I think you can watch the whole thing as well online. I think it's on YouTube as well, like there's episodes of it. So if you're into that sort of stuff, or maybe you're looking for something new to watch, then yeah. Also, funnily enough, this car, I think, or some of the cars that are in these games, was actually in the new Forza Horizon. So they did a pack for, I think it was a Hot Wheels stunt pack. Can't remember how long ago it was, but yeah, it's pretty good. Also, we're catching up slowly but surely. Also, we get these slaloms where we need to go through the rings. So you'll notice that we have the rings. So, depending on the ring that you go for, if you go through the green, you get a minimum amount of points. If you go through the red, then obviously you get the maximum, green's the minimum, yellow's in the middle. And you'll notice as well, just then, that we had a set which was like blue, pink, I think it was blue, pink and purple. And that's actually, there's a reason for that. So the different colours are actually more points. There we go. So if you go through them, I think you get like an extra 50 points or something like that. Not too much more, but you get a few. And so many of the mini Hot... There we go. And so many of the mini Hot Wheels cars. Funnily enough, I remember that they used to do... Yeah, they used to do a few things, I remember. For Hot Wheels, it's pretty good. Also, so there is this loop-de-loop here, but if I time this well... There you go. You can just skip the whole loop. You don't actually need to do that loop. So this was just something I found when I was just messing about with the game. I was just like, whatever. So yeah, there you go. And across the line. Nice. So it's funny because the game's like, can you just do that loop-de-loop? It's like, no, you're alright. Also, this will actually be the last time we use this. Yeah, this will actually be the last time we're going to use the Mega Duty. Also, a slow start, not the best start, but no matter. No problemo. You can use these booster pad things to catch up. Luckily, the AI isn't actually too difficult. There's no... If I'm being like genuinely honest, there's not really a spike in AI difficulty level. Towards the end, it does get a tad bit more difficult, but honestly, it is not that hard of a game. Like I said, I must reiterate that point. Also, so you have these key things here, and these unlock different routes. So thank God he hit those. Ha ha ha. So, the long story short on that one is you have these key things that you'll see on some of the maps that we're going to so we're going off the beaten path just to get some of these. And this is so that you can unlock the shortcuts, short routes that you can do. And it all works out really, it's quite good. Like I said, it's you're not really losing time by doing it, and obviously this is quicker just taking the shortcuts, the short routes. So at the end here, we move over to the right, there's the key. That unlocks this little path here. Just thread our way through the middle of them bombs, and then there you go. Also what's it called now? The unlock. So when you hit the key, that makes a noise as to when it's unlocked the shortcut and when it's not unlocked the shortcut. So basically, you'll be able to tell when somebody's opened it. And if you're lucky, there's a track later on which is like, I think it's in Tiki Torture or something. But when you finally get to that stage, if you're lucky, you might be able to get one of the AI to pick up a key on the first lap. And this is kind of important because if you can do that, then you can save around like only a couple of seconds, but you never know, it could make or break your run. And that is, I can't remember what it's called now. It's like Devil's Lair or something. I forget the name of it. Also, we've unlocked the one that we need, which thankfully is I can't actually remember what's the name of it now. It's called something, I can't remember the name of it. So I'm going to go through these here, and then just go through these, there you go. Just go through these like that. Get them out of the way. And boost at the end. Nice. And stop! Nice. Pretty decent start. Came first. Happy days. Okay, so there we go. So now we're using the super tuned. So also, I forgot to mention. So welcome to Buccaneer Bay. So Buccaneer Bay, I hate to say it, this kind of reminds me of Seaside Hill in Sonic. I don't know why. It just sort of gives off the vibe of a Sonic level. I do not know why. Kind of always has since I started playing it, but it's quite a nice aquatic level. Like, obviously you get to race through caves and things like that, which is quite a nice design. But yeah, you get to race underwater and stuff like that, and you get like the Kraken and things like that. Quite nice, to be honest. Yeah, there's a bit of a pirate theme, to be fair, Rome, but I don't know. Also, this one's always a laugh. So that particular section there can be a bit of a pain, because you can actually get cars landing right in front of you. So if you're fast enough and you manage to get close to the top, you can get your speed obviously when you get to the top and everything like that through the booster pads. But obviously what you always have to make sure that you watch out for with this track is that you don't, under any circumstances, go a bit haywire, Don't go too over the top with stuff. Also, if you boost at the top of some ramps like that, sorry, not at the top, before some ramps, you can take a higher platform. So, for example, by boosting on that particular ramp, we're able to take a higher path, and that makes our lap time slightly shorter. Only slightly, it doesn't make too big of a difference, but some paths do have like a lower tier and a higher tier, and if you go for the higher tier jump, then it makes it a lot better. Nice. So believe it or not, the super tuned truck is actually one of my favourite trucks. Out of the cars that I drive, it's quite nice. Also nice to see him. Good to see you in the chat. So we're going to boost again at the top of this one here, because this one gets us onto the higher platform. And you ideally want to land on your wheels, by the way, when you do them stunts. So you can do, I always just do front flips. I don't know why, it's just something that I like to do. I find easier to land than where the car is. But depending on I think it's depending on which way you flick the analog stick. So if you flick the left analog stick just before you go off, just before you go off the ramp, then what ends up happening is you'll flick it to the left or the right and you'll be doing a barrel roll. But if you do flick it backwards, it does a back flip, flick it frontwards, obviously, flick it forwards, then it'll do a front flip. So the stunts are various. You can do whichever stunts you like, and there's no, like, you don't have to do them in any order. Although, I found that if you do the same stunts over and over, yeah, it doesn't really get you too much boost, so you kind of want to always mix it up. Also, another game show that we're going to skip. Like I said, we're going to skip over all of these, but it is what it is. So, this Buccaneer Bay, this is a freestyle. Another one, like, with the teeth and everything. So this one involves us having to whack in some balls into holes. It's time to put balls in holes. So, you ideally want to do this as fast as possible. And if I can, actually, that would be really convenient. So if you happen to accidentally go down one of these, like so, I might actually nearly go down one. Alright, please let that in there. Yes, I can. There we go. Nice. And then just do it nice and easy. Go on. There we go. Nice. Dead easy. Honestly, it takes a bit of practice, but for me, I always find if you just ram them at full speed, you'll easily be able to get most of the balls in fairly fast. It doesn't really matter, by the way, if you run out of time on them freestyles, but ideally, if you can do it in the time limit, then that's actually not... That makes it, obviously... Makes it run a lot faster, as you'll no doubt guess. So, we have this high altitude event here. And on the high altitude events, you want to try and get the top one here. Like that. Dead easy. So top one, I believe that top platform does give you more points if you do them. Also, another game show which we're going to skip. So it's a shame that it does put you back on the main menu, but that's no problem. Also, time for a tower climb. So on one of these tower climbs, we'll get to it, I think, probably in the next one. But on one particular tower climb, there's usually, put it this way, there's normally a finish line that you have to get to on these. However, if you do the, I forget, I think it might be on the like sci-fi land one. Oh god. Okay, easy. Nice. Flipping a bit of boost, that's nice. That was actually pretty close. Physics didn't want to play ball with me there. It's quite easy to fall off this as well. I'm going to try not to fall off this. Nice. But, yeah, like I was saying. So, I think it's like, well, the sci-fi levels or something later on. You can actually, there's two finish points that you can go for. So, if you accidentally land on the first zone, you finish it faster. I say accidentally, we're obviously going to do it deliberately so we can finish the level faster. But I didn't actually know that. I was just like, huh, I never knew that that was a thing. Not until I ended up watching another run after I'd done my original run. So, if I can, I want to try and get... Okay, maybe not. I wish I could get the top platform. I don't usually get that top platform very often, so... Still getting first though, so ain't bad after all, is it? And once again, I'm going to use the Super Tune truck. Also, once we've done this race, we're already halfway through the run. Slow start, but not a bad start. I've had better. It's fine. Soon get up to speed anyway, get a bit of boost. Or as he says, get some flames. Kind of reminds me of the Snickers advert that says get some nuts. Snickers, get some nuts. Or in this case, Hot Wheels, get some flames. There we go. Boost past them, just like that. So you can get into the lead pretty easy. He's probably going to come back at me now, but that's fine. So on this one in particular, you do want to try and get that top platform, because the top platform is actually quicker than the bottom set here. And thankfully, on the first lap here, this is fine. By me doing this, it's completely fine. Should be fine. Okay, I'm going to boost through these corners here, because that's where the start-finish line is. Nice. Like I said, nice level, this one. The Buccaneer Bay levels, I do quite like them. I think they're very, very authentic. I don't want to say exotic, but yeah, it's a nice themed level. It's quite relaxing, the blue colour and everything. But yeah, like I said, the game's fairly basic, so as I've said for like the 50th time now, but yeah. If anyone's interested in this game, it is quite easy to get hold of. And like I said, it does work on modern systems, so don't fret if you do have Windows 10 or, yeah, whatever it is in there, it's Windows 10. Or whatever update it is. It does work no matter what. You do need to use a file. I believe on PC Gaming Wiki there's something that tells you about the game. It's how to get it to work on modern systems. Because unfortunately, installing this game via disk is fine, but it still won't work. Well, it does work in a way. You can get the game to run in a window using DXWin. That's how I'm playing it at the moment. And yeah, there's like I said, there's a file or something that you can change, and that's how you're able to map like a controller. So, for example, most people I know were playing this on an Xbox, on a keyboard. But I play on my Xbox 360 controller. Makes it just a bit easier for me. And that is Buccaneer Bay done. So now we're on to, I believe it's called Tiki Torture or something like that. I think this is Tiki Torture. So this one can be a bit of a tricky one. You really do have to be careful with this one. So ideally I want to try, if I can, and get the flames and not hit anything. Nice. Nice, like that. And... nice. Now, did I come third? Yes, I did. Nice. Good stuff. Easy. Okay. So, we're going to use the super tuned truck for a majority of this run anyway. The only time now that we're actually going to change out of this truck is we're going to change out of it when we get to the next one. I think it's like Sci-Fi Land or something like that. Also, always take the left route on this race. Only reason I say that is because if you take the right route, it's actually slower. So just bear that in mind. Oh yeah, I haven't even mentioned something yet. So at the start of the race, you may have noticed on the speedometer, I try and keep the revs in the green section. So think of it as, you know, in certain racing games where if you're in like a sweet spot, it'll give you like a boost. So I think they do it in Mario Kart and all the rest of it, don't they? A lot of games do it, where it's like, oh hey, you got like the perfect start and things like that. That's basically the perfect start zone. So if you just rev the engine, it won't get you very far. But if you get it in the green spot, when you start, you'll get a boost start, and you'll be able to pick up speed much faster. So nailing the start, it's not too crucial because as you've already seen, I've had a few bad starts already during this run. But it doesn't matter too much. You soon catch up to the AI, and like I said, winning isn't exactly a breeze at times. I'm pretty sure the rubber banding on this game is active. Although for me, I can't really tell if it's that good or not, if it's that powerful. Also, once again, using shortcuts because we can. But yeah, if there's any time, if anyone wants to talk about anything, charity or anything like that, feel free to go right ahead.
Certainly, we did get a $25 donation as promised from Kurthar, which I am just going to get the comment up for now. He said he'd donate $5 for every death, and there were 5 deaths. So yeah, he says $5 per death in Blazing Chrome as promised, and let's shoot for the 1.5k goal and beyond. Yeah, we're currently at $1,221.50, so not far at all now from $1,500. And with that, we also did hit the incentive for the Super Monkey Ball Advanced Run, which will be completed by Helix during the Monkey Ball block coming up a little bit later today.
Very nice. Nice. Always nice to that the incentives are being met. Always nice. So like I said, each one of these episodes, so like I said, there's 6 episodes altogether, and as you've seen already, we've been through 3 of them, and this is the 4th one. So you've got Jurassic Jam, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what the first one's called. Also, a quick game break, so we're going to skip this. Let's quickly skip this, as we do, because this is actually part of the run. There we go, extreme jumps. Right, okay. So, as I was saying, yeah, so there's 6 episodes. So the first one's Jurassic Jams. It's like a Jurassic Park sort of themed, you know, dinosaur themed one. The second one is called Black Widow's Nest. That's what it was called, and I actually remember the name of the damn thing. And Black Widow's Nest is like a spider's lair, and for me it gives me the creeps because I'm not a fan of spiders at all. So it gives me the creeps every time I play that one. The third one's Buccaneer Bay. Like I said, it has a bit of a... It's a pirate-themed level, but the races feel like they're part of a Sonic level at times. Especially like Seaside Hill or something like that. This one is called, I think it's Tiki Torture or something like that. So obviously it's all... You've got like snakes and voodoo stuff and that sort of thing. Then the 5th one, I believe, is like Techland or something, or Sci-Fi Land. I can't remember the name of it. And then the last one is called, if I remember off by heart, is called Lava Land. And Lava Land is what I want to call hell. Now, no, I don't mean that as in its awful stage. It has some of the hardest stuff in the game, I believe. Still not that difficult, but it's because of the fact that like that entire level is based on fire and stuff like that. So yeah. Also, I'm gonna go this way, and hopefully I can do this. So this one, I always find this one a bit of a tricky situation. So you ideally want to go to, I think it was to the left on this one. Yeah. There we go. So I think you could actually jump 2 ahead here. I'm not quite sure. Also, I'm just going to get through pink ones, because why not? And there we go. Done and dusted. So I think we've got another game break coming up. Like I said, a bit more faffing about, but it only takes 2 seconds to get out of it. And you'll notice as well that I'm not saving. This is because every time you save, you waste about 4 seconds or so. So all about the speed strats. And this game is not really known to crash that much. Or at all. I've never really had a game crash, to tell you the truth. So just to get my points up, I'm going to just to be on the safe side, I just take that side. Also on this one in particular, this is always a fun time. So you can always go down there. There we go. That actually worked out alright. I thought I'd reset with barely any speed, but apparently not. Okay, good stuff. So I'm going through that. Hopefully, does it respawn me on the other side? Yes, it does. That's fine. Usually I can make it through them, but obviously I think it was a bit too quick. There we go. And to the end. Done. Nice and easy. Came first. Nice. Okay, and then finally we've got the last race on Tiki Island. I think it's got this called Gate of Forest, I think it is. Pretty good start. So this is actually the level I was on about before. So on this first bit here, there's a key here, which basically means you can take a shortcut right at the beginning. However, on the end of this particular jump, in a minute, there is a key in midair. Now you need to boost to get it. But if one of the AI is able to get it, you can actually go through. So see where them teeth were there on the left hand side? That is exactly what we are looking for. That's what we're going to be going through basically when we do it in a minute. So I believe this one only has 2. I think it's 2. Only 2 like special roads, special exits, you know, junctions and things. So dodge around those. Good stuff. So I am actually going to save my boost here. I'm going to lose some speed during this lap, but I'm actually going to sacrifice that just so I can get the boost and then get the key for the other shortcut. So I might be going a tad bit slower than usual here, but that doesn't really bother me. So obviously you get the first one nice and easy, like that. I'll try and make sure that I don't miss this, so hopefully, with a bit of luck. Okay, I missed that somehow. I don't know how, but okay. Interesting. I should have got that. I think it's because I was twisting. Never mind. Like I said, it saves like 2 or 3 seconds-ish if you get it. I don't know, I'm pretty sure, actually, it's possible to get that shortcut on all 3 laps. But how, I don't know. I don't know if there's some sort of AI you need to boost or nudge or do something with. I have absolutely not the foggiest idea. Not a foggy idea. So again, get the first key, get through the first shortcut, nice and easy, through the shortcut. So it's using the boost pad. And then, hopefully, can we actually get it this time? There we go, we got it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got it. There we go. So you see how I'm already like near the end of the straight anyway? So I was going a bit too fast there. So with them stunts, you ideally want to leave it as late as you dare, if possible. There we go, and across the line to win. Nice. Around 3 minutes, not too bad. I've done under 3 minutes before, so that's fine. Also, that MW12 that we just unlocked, that prototype car, that's actually going to be a car that we're going to use later on. So, this particular one, so this is, I think it's like a Techland or something. I can't quite remember the name of the actual, what you call it? Can't quite remember the name of the actual place. So, didn't get the boost, damn it. Okay, so can I get the second one? No, I can't. Hopefully that's enough points to keep me in the fight. Yeah, it's second. Okay, that's good. Phew. I was actually worried about that. So you could actually go for the one on the left-hand side. You could actually just like go for all the ones in the middle. But just to make sure I had enough points, that's why I went for the ones on the left. If I wanted to play it risky, then that's what I would have done. Also, what's kind of funny on this race is there's always an AI. I forget where he goes off. It's always this corner here. So he's about, I think... Oh, he didn't do it this time. Aww. That would have been nice if he did. So there's always an AI on this particular track that always goes off. Like, he always goes off on his own. Don't know why, just does. Also, welcome to space, by the way. Again, I can't remember what the name of the actual episode's called. It'll probably come up when we get to the game break in a minute. Yeah, now we're in outer space. Ooh. I do think the settings for this, each setting is, in my opinion, unique, because you're obviously going from like the Jurassic times to, you know, a spider's web to Pirate Bay to outer space, you know, and then obviously we're going into the fiery pits of hell afterwards. Like I said, that's called Lava Land. Don't worry, it's not actually called Hell. I think I nicknamed it on my splits as Hell, but just because it's all fire and stuff, that's all. Also, I don't suppose I could have a quick update on time, could I? Just out of curiosity.
You are currently sat at about 38 minutes.
Oh, that's not too bad then.
38:12 last time I just checked the timer, so...
Nice. Doing pretty good on time for now. I'll probably be behind my PB, but PB's not really my aim anyway. So my current PB for this is a 56:02. However, the record for this, which it quickly came down. I mean, I think I managed to beat the record. Only it lasted like a week, but I'd done a couple of runs. I had the record for myself for this category. and then a guy called Cheesy Monster, another guy called Chegg, and I think somebody else, I forget the name of him. All ended up beating my times. So the record now stands at 53 minutes and 50 seconds, which is over 2 minutes clear of my PB. And how those guys are that fast, I have no clue. They are seriously quick. Right, okay, so we have a game break to do. And we're gonna, again, you know what we do? We quit. Go to game show. So this is called Zero Gravity Zone. There we go. It's in the top left corner. I managed to spot it. So Zero Gravity Zone. If this is the one I'm thinking of, yeah, this is the one that's a bit awkward. It's a bit of a strange one, this one. I don't know why. Always has been a bit weird for me. Oh boy. Oh dear. Okay. I do want to get... There we go. I've got boost. That's pretty good. Nice. So boost, and then we just keep turning and turning and turning. There we go. Nice. I think it should be second or third. Second. Nice. Like I said, we're not going for 100% here, so it's not that bad. It's fine. This one in particular can be a bit of a pain to newcomers. You may struggle with this. This was actually one of the hurdles that... I don't know how, but I managed to pass this first try. Also, this sends you at some serious speed. Like, no joke. 300 odd miles an hour. This thing is seriously quick. So there's two of these sections where you have to dodge all of these like this. I always just pray for the best and just hope nothing bad comes of it. There we go. Nice. And flip. Actually, no. Back flip. Back flip. I want to go backwards. There we go. Nice. Now, I could boost my way around here. Like that. But it doesn't really make too much of a difference. Also, you hit the boxes, you get 10 points each. Oh, nice. Typhoon D3. One of them things, like, this is actually the hardest bit here. Okay, there we go. Nice, 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 nice. Alright, if I can get this, I could land on the top one here. Please land on the top one, please land on the top one. Yeah! Land on the top one. Nice. It's a very thin platform, but you can get it. It's not... Being honest on that one, if you... Oh, there we go. If you end up going a bit too far to the right or the left, obviously, it won't... You'll end up on the bigger pad below. So ideally, you want to get stopped a bit sooner. Also, this is the one I was on about before. So this is the tower climb for Zero Gravity Zone. So there's actually 2 finish points here. You can climb to the top of the tower, which is completely fine. And ideally, that's what the game wants you to do. However, what we do is actually different. And believe it or not, I think we get enough points to come first. Maybe? I don't really remember. I think we do. I could be wrong. Nice. Okay. Oh, boy. Nice. Okay, so I have to be very careful on this one. This one actually threw me off because I tried going a bit too fast. And this particular section right here. It's very tentative, makes you very nervous. So, nice, we're up. I got that. So, I believe it's when we get to the top of here, we just fling ourselves off the side here. And that's actually a finish zone right there. So, you're able to finish it, yeah, second. So you can either climb right to the very top and then get the finish one, if you want. Or, in our case, we're not doing that. All we gotta do is just go from there. It's dead easy. Simple as that. Dead easy. So I want to try and see if I can get a boost. Hopefully I can. Yes, I can. Okay, I think I might just give him the boost. No, I didn't. I got the boost. Yay! Sweet. Yeah, like I said, the boat record of this game is pretty damn quick. I have no idea how they did it so fast, but I mean, plenty of practice, I would imagine. For me personally, this is a game I quite enjoy running. When I did run it for about a week or two, it was quite enjoyable. This was literally a game that I picked up for... I think I must have been running it for about a week or two, because there was a rematch that we'd had with the Blind Runners community, and that was kind of about it. other than that, and maybe just doing like my PB run, other than that, there's not really been much other reason for me to run this game. You know, like I was quite happy with the 56-minute PB that I had, so. But I figured that, you know, it's a pretty good game to submit for a run, marathon, sorry. I think it has some sort of, you know, it has that sort of entertainment value. And like I said, I'd highly recommend giving it a try. I think it's like 5 or 6 people that currently run this, or maybe even 7 or 8. But like I said, it's fairly easy to get into. Whether you're into racing or not, if you're into like stunt-based games, I highly recommend this. Another game I could also highly recommend playing if you like this kind of thing is a game that released on the Xbox 360 and PSP by the name of Grip Shift. That came out in 2005, so I think it was like a year or two after this. Or it might have been around the same time, I'm not sure. I know Grip Shift was 2005. And that's a very short game. I recently showed that off at I think it was called Powerhouse August or something. And even though that run, like the beginner's level, for example, completing all the beginner levels, them stages are ridiculously short. It's like a budget Trackmania. So if you're ever into, like I said, if you're into like Trackmania style games or just short little sprints, you know, short little stages, like I said, this game is definitely right up there for recommendations from me. And so is Grip Shift as well. Like I said, if you're not into that sort of thing, I'd say still give it a try. You never know, you might like it. Like I said, for me, I didn't think I'd be into this sort of Hot Wheels stuff. Also, that is Zero Gravity Zone done and dusted. And of course, we won. So the last one, like I said, this is Lava Land. So I have a bit of a technique for this one. So ideally, you want to get all these barrels here. So you knock all the barrels off. Get all these off the side. Then start knocking them all down. Just drive around, knock them all down. But don't knock them out. You can knock them in a certain order if you want. But I always just make sure that I try not to knock them. You know, don't go a bit daft with them. Make sure I don't miss any. So ideally, the fastest you can do this, I think probably still have like 25 seconds on the timer. Still got a few to get yet. There we go. Got them two. There we go. Challenge finished. Done. Nice and easy. Okay, so now that we've got this one, so this is where the car's going to change. So we're going to change right to the very end here, and then this is what we're going to do. So this is the HW Prototype 12. So there's a reason we use this instead of the truck. So if you use the truck obviously has the speed, like I said at the start. It's got a lot of speed in its pocket. However, there's a lot of corners in this particular race, so ideally you want the acceleration. And these cars have a lot more grip, and the acceleration is pretty good. Like, you do lack in speed, but that's the price you pay for acceleration. Like I said, luckily, it's not too bad. It's quite an easy race anyway. So is the last one as well. Also, you got dragons and all sorts in here. Some proper scary stuff in here. Not gonna lie. I mean, it's not, for me personally, this stage is not nearly as scary as the Black Widow's Nest one. So the spider stage, because like I said, I'm a bit of an arachnophobic, so not a fan of spiders, unfortunately. But this one's not too bad. Like I said, this stage particularly, you do get used to the courses, by the way. Like I said, even for a beginner, you could probably finish this game in like an hour and 20 minutes, an hour and a half. Depending on how much you want to complete and things like that. As a speed run, I'd say your first run, you're probably looking at like an hour and 20-ish. Maybe an hour and 10, and if you can like really nail, you know, the stunts and the trials on each game show, and then it's one of them things, you can easily get this down to an hour. Yeah, unfortunately there isn't a mini-map, but yeah, I definitely agree with you on that one, Ron. It wouldn't have hurt if they put a mini-map in. That would definitely have helped. Also, I'm saving up all my boost here so that I can get this top layer here. Like that. Nice. So, I've used, more than anything else in this run, I've used my handbrake more than my brakes. And that's kind of testament, really. So, you can use your brake. If you really want to stop, use your brakes. If you want to just slide the car through the corner and gain speed, then use the handbrake. Highly recommend it. Also, here we go. Hope I got some boost. Yes, I did. Very nice. Yeah, maybe. Well, maybe. Also, funnily enough, if you enjoy this game, there's another game that's just popped into mind. I completely forgot to even mention it. So, around 2003, I think it was, Lego, obviously the famous toy manufacturer that's made God knows how many games at this point. They obviously used to make racing games, Lego Racers, I think, them sort of games. Well, they made a game called Drone Racers. Now, I'm not sure how many people here have heard of that, but long story short, it came out around 2003-ish, round about there, and the easiest way of putting it is that it was a bit more of an updated Lego racing game. Now, obviously, Lego Racers looks very dated, looking at it now, but Drone Racers doesn't actually look too bad, and you can play it in HD too, which is quite good. Also, that is the first race done, and we've got a game break, so you know what that means. We're going to quit out of that, as we do, like that. And extreme jumps time, nice.
Jump 3, 2, 1, go!
So ideally we want to try and get the red, what do you call it? The red rings. That's what we want to try and get on each one. Funnily enough, out of Lego Racers and that sort of stuff, I actually didn't play... I played Lego Racers for the first time like a couple of weeks ago. Never played the second one. And I've played obviously Drone Racers, I played that for a couple of years. Weirdly enough, my sort of genre of racing game is more... Well, the next run that's coming up after this one, which is Colin McRae. Rally and that sort of thing. So I was supposed to land that, but I guess I didn't. Nice. Also, if this one kind of shakes your head a bit, then yeah, I do not blame you. Nice. Nice and easy, that one. Now we've got slalom. So what we got to do here is go through all the rings. There's a lot of jumps on this one, so we'll be in the air for quite a fair bit. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. Lego Racers for me was one of them games, Realm, where I did quite... When I played it through for the first time, I thought the game was alright, but I don't know. Wasn't too keen on it. Also, I'm just going to go this way just so I can get some extra points, that's all. Just make sure I'm definitely going to win this. So normally, I wouldn't really go this way, but just a case of making sure I definitely got enough points. So believe it or not, just taking the outside route to the finish line here is actually the easiest way of doing it. And also flipping in the air does gain you points, so don't worry. There you go. Done. Okie dokie. Right, so we got another game break, which again, we're going to skip. That'll actually be the last one for this run. So we've just literally got, what is it? This Speed Freak one, and then once we've done this, that's it. We've just got one more race to do, which is a circuit race. Also on this one, we actually just follow the fastest road. which is, believe it or not, that one. So, if we go through the red one, we get less points than we do with the blue ones. But, in this case, desperate times call for desperate measures. Ouch. I didn't remember the first one, yeah. That was actually, funnily enough, Race Against Time was my first ever marathon. Online as well, I remember that one. I was 1 or 2 that week, I can't remember what the other one was, but yeah. Also, final race, here we go. So, time's actually going to be when I cross the line on this one. So, I'll be winning this one, I'll try my best anyway, and yeah, time will be when I cross the line. So, here's hoping we don't get landed on by the AI, which we didn't there, that's nice. This race is about, I think it's about 2.5, 3 minutes long, roughly, give or take. Something like that. I mean, if this is close to my PB, I haven't actually got my splits run. I opened them up, but I haven't used them. I don't have mine running. Usually I have them run in the background, but I was like, nah, I'll be fine. I won't need my splits. I don't think I'll be matching my PB today. But if this ends up being a PB, then I'll be very happy. I got pretty close to my PB when I ran this at ESA back in, when was it? April? Be within a minute or two. As long as it's within estimate, I'm fine with that, that's fine. Unless you make a 3-minute mistake, yeah. True. Like I said, this last stage is a bit more complex, so this is the reason. This is also the reason why we use this prototype car, because the prototype is one of the fastest. I say fastest, one of the grippiest cars to use. Like I said, you can use the truck and the muscle car, but you will struggle, and I mean you will struggle to get around these corners fast. So the car's got the grip, that's the reason, like I said. Just explain, that's the reason why we are using this car at this current moment. Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. And whoop. So I can get my Kia. Alright, so time is going to be coming up very shortly. And time. Just to prove that I have won it.
You won this episode.
Hang on. There we go.
Stunt track challenge is over.
Whew.
You finished first in all
That was
6
awesome.
challenges.
57:02 by the time we've got on stream. So
Literally bang on a minute behind my PB.
that's pretty damn good for a marathon.
Like I say, it's still like 3.5, 4 minutes behind record, but I'm not worried about that. It's an underestimate, that's what matters.
That was a good run, GG man.
Yeah. We've got 2 runs, haven't we? I think there's another one after this, and it's me again.
Yeah, I think we're gonna throw it to a quick intermission. Following like if there's anything more you want to say about this run, we'll throw it to a quick intermission, and then we'll get set up for Colin McRae Rally 2.0, which again will be with the Thebpg13, aka Viper.
I think the only thing I'm trying to think of anything else. So that, other than that, I think I've mentioned most of it during the run. But yeah, feel free to give this game a try if you haven't already. Like I said, it's quite an enjoyable run from start to finish, in my opinion. And even if you're not, like I said, even if you're not into racing games, you might just find a sweet spot where you like this. So give it a try. Just even if it's casual, you might enjoy it, you might not. It's not obviously to everybody's taste. If it's not to your taste, it's not to your taste. But yeah, don't knock it till you try it, is what I say. And that's it. Yeah.
Awesome, thank you very much.